What if I told you a grandmother once stood against an empire? That one woman's fire shook the British crown. Her name was Asantewaa. Welcome, dear listeners. Today we bring you the story of a woman whose courage shook an empire. She was a grandmother, a queen mother, and a warrior who refused to bow. When the British demanded the soul of her people, she rose. When men faltered, she stood. Her name became a battle cry. This is the story of Asantewaa, the warrior queen of Ashanti. Stay with us and let her fire guide you through history. Asantewaa, warrior queen of Ashanti. She was born in a land of kings, warriors, and sacred power. Her name was Asantewaa. From the start, she carried herself with fire. She was not like others who bowed quietly. She was sharp, fierce, and unafraid to speak her mind. As a young girl, she watched the rhythms of Ashanti life, the markets filled with gold dust and fabrics, the voices of traders, the songs of women at work, the chiefs under their umbrellas. She learned early that women were the heart of the nation, and when destiny called, the people chose her as Queen Mother of Agisu. This was no small role. A queen mother guided chiefs, advised leaders, and most of all protected the stool of her ancestors. In Ashanti, no throne held more power than the golden stool. It was said to hold the very soul of the people. No king sat on it, no queen touched it. It belonged to the nation itself. Then came the British, hungry for land, hungry for gold, hungry for what was never theirs. Governor Hodgson stood before the Ashanti chiefs and made his demand. He wanted the golden stool, the sacred heart of the people. The chiefs froze in silence, fear wrapped around them. But Asantewaa would not stay silent. She rose to her feet, her eyes blazed, her voice shook the room. Fiery, how can you men sit and watch our nation fall? If you will not fight, then we, the women, will. I, Asantewaa, will gather my fellow women. We will rise, we will fight. We will never hand over the golden stool. Her words cut through fear like a blade. The chiefs stirred. The people stirred. The spark of war was lit. The year was 1900. The War of the Golden Stool had begun. Ashanti warriors, men and women, gathered once more. Drums thundered, songs rose, muskets, spears, and courage filled their hands, and at the front stood Asantewaa, not in hiding, not behind, but leading. She raised her rifle high, her voice carried through the forest, commanding, "Fight with honor, fight with courage, the golden stool shall never fall." The Ashanti struck with fury. They built mud walls and forts. They fought in the forests. They struck at night. They resisted with everything they had. The British fought back with rifles and cannons. They burned villages. They starved the defenders. But the Ashanti held on. Month after month they resisted. And always in the heart of battle was Asantewaa, a grandmother with fire in her spirit, a leader whose courage refused to bend. But the empire was vast, the guns were many, the hunger for domination never stopped. Slowly the defenses cracked, the Ashanti grew weary, the walls fell, and at last Asantewaa was captured. But even in chains she stood tall, her cloth torn, her body weary, but her head high. She was paraded through Kumasi. The people wept, yet they saw her dignity, her pride, her unbroken spirit. The British exiled her to the Seychelles, far from her homeland, far from the forests of Ashanti, far from the golden stool. She grew old in exile, her hair turned white, but her fire never left her. She told stories by the sea. She taught the young to remember who they were, and to never forget what was theirs. She died in a foreign land, but her spirit never left her people. Decades passed, but her name lived on. And in 1957, when Ghana rose as the first African nation to win independence, her spirit rose with it. The black star climbed high in the sky, and in that moment the voice of Asantewaa echoed again. Schools bear her name, songs carry her story, statues rise in her honor. The golden stool still rests, untouched, untaken, and that was the story of Asantewaa, a queen mother, a warrior, a woman whose courage lives forever. If this story moved you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment, and share your thoughts. And don't forget, this is just one of many stories we'll be bringing you. So come back for more tales of heroes, queens, and voices history tried to silence, but never could. Until next time, stay inspired